On a quiet afternoon amid the hustle and bustle of Seoul city life, a small cafe in the Itaewon area became a silent witness to a moment that immediately became a hot topic of conversation on social media. Kim Taehyung, better known as V, a member of BTS, was seen at the cafe. Taehyung's presence certainly attracted attention, but what was more surprising was the expression on his face that was caught on camera as if he was hooked on someone. Who is the woman who managed to steal the attention of one of the most famous men in the world? That day, the cafe, which is usually only occupied by its regular customers, turned into the center of attention after some fans noticed the presence of a much-loved idol. Taehyung, who is known for his laid-back personality and great sense of art, sits in the corner of the room in a casual yet charming style. Dressed in a cream-colored oversized sweater and black trousers, he looked like an ordinary guy enjoying a cup of coffee. However, there was something different in the mood that day. The cafe visitors, including some ARMY fans, tried to remain calm even though they realized that one of the biggest idols in the world was nearby. However, the calm soon turned into a small commotion after a woman walked into the cafe. The woman looked simple but elegant. She wore a pastel-colored spring dress, her hair was naturally flowing, and she carried a small book in her hand. There was nothing striking about his appearance, but the aura he emitted made those around him unable to take their eyes off him. Taehyung, who initially seemed to be busy with a small sketch in his book, suddenly raised his gaze when the woman entered. His expression changed, his eyes slightly enlarged, and a slight smile appeared on his face. Fans in the cafe began to speculate. Did Taehyung know the woman? Or maybe this is their first meeting? The woman ordered a cup of tea and chose to sit at a table by the window, just a few steps from where Taehyung was. She opened her book and began to read, seemingly unaware that one of the world's biggest stars was watching her. For a few minutes, Taehyung looked hesitant. He glanced at her several times, but there was no sign that he would approach her. Several cafe visitors who recognized Taehyung tried to capture the moment with their cell phone cameras. One of the photos that later spread widely on social media showed Taehyung looking at the woman with a look that was difficult to explain, a mixture of curiosity and admiration. Speculation has also sprung up among fans. Who is this woman? Is he an old acquaintance, an artist, or just happens to be in the same place as Taehyung? No one knows for sure, but the moment was enough to spark lengthy discussions on Twitter, Instagram, and BTS fan forums. A few days after the incident, some Korean media began to try to dig up information about the woman's identity. However, no one managed to find significant details. The woman does not appear to be a celebrity or a public figure. In fact, some have speculated that he may be a foreign tourist on vacation in Seoul. Meanwhile, Taehyung remains silent about the incident. In several interviews and social media posts, he did not give any clues about the incident at the cafe. This makes fans even more curious. However, an anonymous source claiming to be one of the staff at the cafe gave a slight leak. According to him, Taehyung had left a small note on his desk before leaving. The note, although not directly indicated, allegedly contained a message addressed to the mysterious woman. The message, he said, consisted of just a few simple words: "You look like a character in a story." This incident immediately sparked a wave of creativity among the ARMY. Many create fan art, fanfiction, and short videos that imagine how the story between Taehyung and the mysterious woman will continue. Some fans even tried to trace the traces of the woman through photographs taken in the cafe, but the result remained nil. Korean and international media also picked up on this story. Many praise how Taehyung, despite being a global superstar, was still able to show his human side through a simple moment like this. Some articles even refer to the incident as a modern, unplanned love story. This moment feels special because it shows another side of Taehyung that is rarely seen in front of the camera. As an idol, he is often described as the perfect figure, but this moment reminds fans that he is also a human being who can feel attracted, curious, and inspired by others. In addition, this incident also highlights the uniqueness of Taehyung's character. He was known as someone who had a high artistic soul, and the way he looked at the woman seemed to indicate that he saw not only her physical appearance, but also something deeper. Maybe he sees her personality, expression, or even the book she's reading as something interesting. Until now, there is no continuation of this story. Taehyung remains busy with BTS activities, while the mysterious woman seems to be returning to her usual life. However, this moment will continue to be remembered by fans as one of the most romantic and mysterious stories in Taehyung's life. Will they meet again? Or will this be just a short memory stored in Taehyung's heart? No one knows for sure, but one thing is clear. This moment has provided inspiration for millions of people around the world. For Taehyung, perhaps this is the beginning of a new story, while for the woman, she has become part of a story that will be remembered by many. Time will tell whether this brief encounter was a coincidence or fate brought them together. However, for fans, this is another proof that love and inspiration can appear in the most unexpected places, even in a small cafe in a corner of Seoul. After the incident, various speculations continued to grow among the army. Some fans began to dig deeper, hoping to find clues as to the identity of the woman. However, none managed to get any further information. This sparked various wild theories on social media. There are those who suspect that the woman is a writer or artist who happened to attract Taehyung's attention because of her elegance. Others thought that the woman may have had a personal connection with Taehyung, but chose not to be publicly exposed. On the other hand, many fans also chose to respect the privacy of Taehyung and the woman. They stressed that the moment was a part of Taehyung's personal life that should not be overexploited. However, despite this, curiosity remains unstoppable. How could an ordinary woman, who is not a celebrity, make a global idol like Taehyung so interested? Perspectives from psychologists and pop culture. This phenomenon also attracted the attention of experts. In an interview with Korean media, a social psychologist revealed that moments like this show how strong the emotional connection between fans and their idols is. When an idol like Taehyung shows interest in someone, it becomes a reflection of what is considered their human side. This makes fans feel closer emotionally to the idol, he said. On the other hand, one pop culture critic argues that this event also reflects the appeal of a Taehyung. He has the ability to make small things feel special. From the way he sat to how he looked at things, everything seemed to be full of meaning. That's what makes his fans always inspired, he explained. Taehyung's reflection in artwork. A few weeks after the incident at the cafe, Taehyung began sharing some sketches and photos through his personal Instagram account. One of the sketches he uploaded attracted the attention of fans because it depicted the silhouette of a woman reading a book by the window. Although there is no confirmation that the sketch was inspired by the incident at the cafe, many are convinced that it was Taehyung's way of capturing the moment in an art form. Also, in an in-depth interview with a fashion magazine, Taehyung mentioned that he often draws inspiration from everyday events. Little things like someone I see in a cafe or a twilight setting can be ingredients for creating something. Art is my way of understanding the world, he said.